Welcome to the most irrelevant show on the internet. Today, Lilly Singh gets canceled, the backlash against Nikki and Dan Phillippi intensifies, and Jake Paul steals Floyd Mayweather's hat. By the way, folks, I just found out David Dobrik's favorite video game. It's the Tony Hawk Pro Skater Forklift Edition. Irrelevant news. A little late when Lilly Singh was canceled.
A little late with Lilly Singh to end on NBC.
Folks, I don't think anybody could have seen that one coming because literally no one watches that show. And in other news, Jaclyn Hill and numerous other creators called out Nikki and Dan Phillippi for putting down their 10-year-old dog Bowser because he bit their son.
I have a very temperamental dog. He bites people when he feels nervous, unsafe, or if you try to touch him when he doesn't want to be. I know these things because I'm his owner. Therefore, I make sure he's not in situations where he will react. I don't him.
Now, folks, that is exactly what you do not want to do. You don't want to understand your dog's behavior and cater to it so that you can avoid a bad reaction. You want to take the most extreme steps so that you make an irreversible decision that you will most likely regret. Because that's the best way to disrespect the gift of life.
You guys know I pretty much never insert myself in drama, especially on a special day like today, launch day. But I'm just too disgusted, especially by the goodbye photo shoot. Like, what?
Folks, it is in the dog owner handbook that if you do have to put your dog down, you must exploit it for social media points.
Exactly. I'm so disappointed that they even chose to share this information with everyone, but they are a master manipulator, so not surprised. Our dogs are our family, and I can't even believe they chose this.
I have to disagree with Jeffrey right now, folks. There's no room for empathy in this situation because true clout chasers do not have time to stop being cruel.
Like, how the hell they think that would get a positive response?
Oh, come on, Jaclyn. We all know that they just want attention at all costs. It doesn't matter what kind.
You your dog. Shut the F up, you C-word.
Shout out to Jeffree Star for finally finding someone with a worse reputation than him to dunk on.
It's hard to fathom how someone could kill their own family dog and make content out of it. They need to be investigated. As a dog owner whose animals are my life, this is hard to wrap my head around.
Oh, come on, folks. It is perfectly normal to off your dog for content, especially when you don't have a conscience.
How sick do you have to be to take a photo shoot with your dangerously aggressive dog knowing you're about to end his life? Your dog is so aggressive but had no issues putting the baby next to it for a cute little photo shoot?
You know, folks, I am actually incredibly hurt by this whole situation. I am just flabbergasted that they decided to only give us 2 pictures in this photo shoot. They could have gone for more. Didn't they attend their exploitation 101 classes?
Exactly. They claimed the dog bite their child once, so they had to put him down. Instead of rehoming him, they murdered him, and there's no proof the dog was actually aggressive. This makes me effing sick.
Well, that's sad to hear that you're sick, Jeffrey. Just maybe stay away from the Phillippis. They might try to put you down because you're sick. Or they're looking for any reason to put anyone and anybody down nowadays.
F these people.
Well, isn't that nice that Chris Clemens is wishing that the Phillippis F themselves, or something that they probably rarely do.
Dog.
Chris Clemens is not wrong. Dan Phillippi did have that briefly on his Instagram bio. I guess Dan's proud of it.
How do you feel about the Nikki Phillippi dog situation? Absolutely disgusted by the whole thing. Things they could have done. Got a trainer. Rehomed the dog. What they did. Had a photo shoot with a dog for internet attention and pity, and then killed the dog.
You know what, folks? I kind of have to disagree with Rachel Ballinger. We're on the internet. Everybody knows it's clout over everything, even life. And I'd like to extend an invitation to anybody else who feels that way to join me in the 7th Circle of hell.
I just don't understand how you can raise a bull terrier for 9 years and still have this completely incorrect view on how a dog can be bred for a certain violent activity that is just in their blood. It's in their DNA. No, the f it's not.
Now, folks, it may not be in the bull terrier's blood to be aggressive, but what are the Phillippis supposed to do? Try to rehome the dog? Try to retrain the dog? That takes too much effort, folks. It's much easier to just do a permanent decision that they can later exploit for clout.
One of the trainers that I spoke to today said that 99.999% of dogs can be rehabbed. Dogs that have bitten people's faces off.
Keep that trainer as far as possible from the Phillippis because they're not looking for a second opinion, especially now.
It is possible. If you put the time and the energy, you don't even need the money. And this YouTube couple has the money.
Folks, it would be great if that were true, but as our great president once said,
you got a problem, blame somebody else.
Ah, yes, the mantra of the internet.
And if that didn't work, you have the option to rehome. They stated in their video that they would be liable for any incident that might occur in someone else's home, which is completely false.
Well, you know what, folks? maybe we should make it true so that maybe the Phillippis could retroactively make themselves look less bad.
There are certain rules and regulations that differ state by state, but there are always rescues that give you the option to sign the liability over to the rescue.
Folks, why can't we just allow the Phillippis to do something awful and then use that as an opportunity to spread misinformation? Why do we have to keep trying to hold people accountable?
Miss Lord DIY did not stutter. Literally effing sick situation. Makes me feel physically ill.
Well, you know what, Manny? You weren't the only one who was sick by this whole situation, because Nikki and Dan Phillippi were also apparently sick from this whole situation because they privated their Instagram accounts and Dan deactivated his Twitter. Yes, things didn't go as planned, huh? And in other news, Logan Paul and Jake Paul's dad, Greg Paul, reacted to Black Lives Matter apparel being banned from the Japan Olympics by saying,
That's great news.
"Oh, it's good to finally hear from one of the Pauls that they think that black lives don't matter." And in other news, Logan Paul's press conference with Floyd Mayweather happened yesterday, and it went very smooth.
So guess what? I'm willing to fight both in the same night.
No, you ain't. You gotta hand it to Logan, folks. He's got the best comebacks in the game, which probably take about half a neuron to put together.
I know what he did to Japan, so guess what? You have to pay for what you did to Japan.
Oh, well, this should go over well with Logan.
I know what you did to your wife.
One thing about me.
You know, folks, when you think about it, Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul could actually be a pretty good rap duo. They could fill stadiums with awkwardness.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Hammond.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Hammond.
Let me call Al Hammond.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
One night. Got your hat. Got your hat. Got your hat.
Chill.
Oh, well, thank goodness that we have Jake Paul there, folks, to bring the cringe.
Get off here.
I think whoever's saying chill should keep saying it because it's definitely working.
Let's go, baby. Got your hat. Don't play with me. Your hat. I never did that to you. Got your hat. Don't disrespect me.
At the end of the day, folks, you gotta admire Jake Paul. Very few people are capable of translating that third grade humor into the big stage.
Play with me. Your hat. I never did that to you.
Got your hat.
Don't disrespect me.
Folks, Jake Paul is a genius. He took a punch to the face for a publicity stunt. That's the equivalent of a 30-second Super Bowl ad. Who would have known? All you gotta do is go low to go high.
Got your hat. Got your hat.
Don't worry about Jake Paul, folks. All the media he's getting off of this is worth every single tear. I think Floyd liked it, folks. Just a hunch. Logan is just acting for the cameras, folks. He actually loved the fact that Jake Paul completely upstaged him in his own event.
Got your hat.
And it sounds like it was completely worth the black eye and the bloody mouth.
Honestly, I've had 3 easy fights as a pro, so been itching for some real action. One of Floyd's 30 bodyguards got a clean shot on me in the eye. Respect.
Oh, well, thank goodness that Jake finally debunked the video that says something totally different.
Not letting you into the fight. You're literally banned from the Hard Rock Stadium on June 6th.
Swipe up, I'll buy the fight, I don't care.
Thank goodness we will always have the Pauls to do anything for clout. And now, palate cleanser. Anyway, defenders, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you like, will be another knockout that Floyd Mayweather gets on a Paul brother. Tell me in the comments down below what you think I want to know. Check out these videos right here. They're good too. Make sure to watch your hands out, touching your face, and stay away from stupid people. Have an amazing day, defenders. I love all of you. Peace.